Hello, comic readers. Let's talk about comics these days, and why 2022 was an impactful and kind of crummy year for independent comics creators. It seems like no matter which way you turned in 2022, small independent comics creators were getting another kick in the hains. We'll start with one of the bigger ones out there, still kind of shaking the indie art world these days, and that is the decision by Webtoon to pull its Canvas feature. Or I should clarify, it seems that the easy money gravy train that was a big draw to the platform is being cut down to the bare bones. You can still post to Canvas and stuff, but you're not going to get the lavish benefits that people once felt they received and deserved. Now, I'm going to leave this kind of vague because I am not and never have been on Webtoon in any capacity, at least not as a creator. I've read a few, but I don't know all the juicy details. From what I understand, Webtoon has a tier of professional payment for regular full-time artists and creator teams. And these are mostly the big-name folks, like Lore Olympus, for example, or Boyfriends, True Beauty, stuff like that, plus whoever was already native to the platform in South Korea, where they are based. One popular comic, Let's Play, used to be a high-in-the-Webtoon stratosphere type, but they voluntarily left due to things that the creator considered to be shenanigans. See, Korea has a big comics tradition, just like Japan, but in Japan, where comics are called manga, in Korea it's called manhwa, and while they look very similar at first glance, there are stylistic and storytelling differences. What this means is that Naver Webtoon in South Korea has a huge native Korean creator and reader population, which is their core business. When they wanted to break into the Western market, they created Webtoon Canvas and encouraged everyone to come and post their original comics. And the bar for earning some money from your comic was pretty low. Again, no deets. I did not jump on this gravy train. I thought about it, but I never got around to it because I am from the late Cretaceous era and did not want to redo my art in their scrolling format. Anyhow, but a lot of Western talent started posting, and as you can guess, creator content and readership exploded. And some people wondered where the money was coming from, but a lot of people didn't want to peel back too many layers with these awkward questions. Excuse me. As you can guess by the theme of the video and my somewhat syrupy sarcasm, cynical things happened. Eventually, Webtoon decided that they'd harvested all the best talent that they were going to get with the bait they provided, and cut the relatively easy financial benefits they'd offered down to pretty much nothing. A lot of dismayed comics creators were left getting less than they'd counted on, and those who were trying to break in felt the rug being pulled from underneath them. I've seen a lot of frustrated videos the last few months, and social media posts, much raging and gnashing of teeth, but my brothers and sisters in comics creation, this is the downside of trusting a third-party platform. They are a business, and the purpose of a business is to make money. That's it. They want to find, well, not even the best talent, but whatever resonates with readers and draws in a large audience, even if there were better things out there that, for whatever reason, just didn't catch fire. A lot of my brothers and sisters in the comics creators community are saying that we're going to have to go back to the olden days of everyone having their own independent, individual comics site and the trickle of 12 people that show up regularly to see it. Probably, maybe. I've been doing that for 10 years now, and I can honestly say that while it is an alternative, it also kind of sucks. Look, as the captain of an independent ship, I don't have time to do all the things I'd like, and bandwidth is expensive. And if something crashes, as it will, I either have to learn to become a techie really fast, or hire an expensive person to step in and do techie stuff for me. It's one of the nice things about third-party platforms. I post on Tapas, and will probably continue to do so, because I like not having to worry about system crashes and data loss and site stability, because they have tech nerds to handle that for me, while us art nerds crank out content. So there are big advantages to third-party platforms, but there are also negatives. Third-party or independent, it really comes down to which flavor of headache are you willing to live with. Just be sure that when you adapt to the next big thing, that you do it with your eyes open. So another big thing that happened in 2022 was that DeviantArt, a huge art hosting platform, decided that every piece of art ever posted on it, ever, was going to be available for AI art creation programs to harvest and be used to make content. Basically, they opened the doors for people's original art to be copied and then rang the dinner bell. The pushback from the art community was pretty swift, and I think boiling with rage would be an adequate metaphor. I was pleasantly surprised to see DeviantArt reverse course pretty quickly. I think not even a full week had gone by, and said that art would be available for AI only if artists specifically agreed to allow it. I can't imagine anyone lining up for that, but it's your call. Anyhow, I haven't posted anything to DeviantArt for a while, and while I had planned to increase my activity there, I'm now going to wait and see. Something else to be careful of is that Adobe Acrobat is doing the same thing, and you have to go into your Adobe Acrobat account and select No AI Sharing. Does it boggle your mind that anyone would think that we want this? It certainly gives me a case of intestinal worms, but I can honestly say it doesn't surprise me. Remember, if a company sees an opportunity for more money, and it feels like it is sitting on a pile of ready-made, passively earned cha-ching, it's going to do it. And they'll say that when you signed that 1,000-page user agreement in 3-point font, that you agreed to this. Our one saving grace is that most of us already had user agreements pre-signed, and suddenly throwing in AI sampling was technically an unagreed alteration on the already agreed-upon boilerplate. But brothers and sisters, watch out. For in the next few years, and each time a new product version rolls out, read that fine print carefully, because the updated user agreements will say, I'm fine with AI chowing down on my art somewhere in there. Another thing that happened recently that I find irritating is that Clip Studio Paint had announced that they were going to go to a subscription model business plan. Now I know, the baseline model of Clip Studio Paint is going to be supported for free, and that will continue until version 3.0 of Clip Studio Paint is released. I've had people give me finger-wagging lectures in corporate simp rage about this, because whatever reason. But the thing is, we have no idea when that plug is going to be pulled. But most importantly, Clip Studio Paint had gone to great pains to advertise that unlike the evil Photoshop, they were specifically not going to be a subscription service, and that they were a one-time purchase and always a hero to the common working-class artist. Now, right about now, some of you are getting ready to respond furiously in the comments section about how I just pointed out that Webtoon is a business, and the purpose of a business is to make money, and they don't care about creators. Yes, yes. But the difference is, in my opinion, Webtoon never said that they were going to provide their Canvas support forever. I don't think they ever said one way or another how long the program was going to last. If you thought that you had a ride on the free money gravy train in perpetuity, well, oh, my sweet summer child. Clip Studio Paint, on the other hand, purposefully, knowingly, and loudly said in all their advertising that they were not going to be a subscription-based service. Yet here we are. So it may be a small thing, but I think it's significant. In the long run, it was a crummy year to be an independent creator. It just seems like a lot of the goods and services we interacted with in good faith turned out to be unreliable, and it's frustrating. I haven't even touched on the sense of uncertainty some artists feel about some of the recent moves at Twitter. Look, when you think of money-generating enterprises, independent comic creators are not at the top of anyone's lists. We're mostly operating on shoestring budgets, and many of us are really just breaking even and maybe getting a little above that if we're lucky. I'm lucky I have a regular job that isn't too onerous. I continue doing weekend stuff for the Army, so it's not like I'm living in a cardboard box under a bridge, hustling my butt for a teaspoon of ramen. I'd like to be doing better art-wise, but at the same time I can't complain. I do feel bad for the ones out there on the ragged edge, creators that just need a platform to be consistent and honest and stop seeing the art community as something to be milked. And let's face it, we already know what the big challenge for the next year, for this year, 2023, and probably beyond is going to be. What we need is AI that does work for us so more people can do art. But what we're getting is AI that does art so that people can devote more time to the endless zombie toll road that life is becoming. So I don't know if this video has been a kind of a rant or not. I guess there are rant-like elements, but I'm not really torqued off, mostly just a little frustrated. Independent comics creators of all stripes are just trying to use their natural talents to make life a little better, to take the edge off for folks and give people something to read and enjoy that isn't pre-packaged cookie-cutter pop culture or another day of random sports ball. So go out and support an indie creator. It doesn't have to be me, although I'd welcome it. But if there's someone out there creating a little comic that brightens your life even a little bit, show them a little love. Even a like and a boosting comment can help if you're not in a position to fork over your hard-earned shekels. So that's all for now. Take care of each other, take care of the world, and remember to eat a balanced diet and drink only in moderation. Keep life interesting by keeping things random.